Every once in a while, a fashion collaboration comes along that feels like actual magic. For me, nothing has topped the moment the whimsical worlds of Studio Ghibli crashed into the incredible craftsmanship of LOEWE. We're not just talking about cute handbags and wallets here. We're talking about a cultural moment where our favorite anime characters became wearable art. If you love deep dives into fashion and pop culture, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. So today we're going to look at the most iconic pieces from this collaboration and break down what made this perfect three-part story so special. So, who are the two titans behind this? First, you've got Studio Ghibli, the legendary Japanese animation studio from Hayao Miyazaki. Ghibli's films are masterpieces, famous for their stunning hand-drawn animation, deep characters, and powerful themes. They are, simply put, cultural treasures. On the other side, you have LOEWE, a Spanish luxury brand that's been around since 1846, known for its world-class leather goods. Under creative director Jonathan Anderson, LOEWE has become this amazing blend of tradition and playful modern art. Anderson himself said the one thing they both share is a deep love for craft. Ghibli with its hand-drawn cells and LOEWE with its handmade pieces. So when they announced they were teaming up, it wasn't just another collab, it was a conversation between two masters. The first collection dropped in early 2021, and it was like a lightning bolt of joy. At the time, Jonathan Anderson said people had a natural longing for heartwarming feelings. And honestly, what's more heartwarming than My Neighbor Totoro? This collection was a pure escape into that beautiful, gentle world. It was all about innocence, comfort, and nature. And the focus was just pure happiness. We saw the giant, lovable Totoro and those chaotic little soot sprites, the Susuatari, brought to life. They weren't just printed on. They were part of the texture and feel of the products. The pieces everyone was talking about were, of course, the bags. The famous LOEWE puzzle bag became a canvas for a massive, smiling Totoro, created with a leather technique called marquetry or intarsia. This isn't a stamp. It's a mosaic of different colored leather pieces, cut and fitted together by hand perfectly. It's an insane level of craftsmanship that really honors the hand-drawn style of the film. As a collector, I have to say, the smaller items were just as incredible. The soot sprite heel pouch and the card holders, they sold out instantly. They were just so playful. The textures were everything. A fluffy mohair sweater that felt like Totoro's fur, or a cardigan with tiny hand-knitted soot sprites, each with little embroidered eyes holding their star candies. It was those details that made it obvious this was a love letter, not a cash grab. It felt like comfort you could hold in your hand. Just when we thought it couldn't get any better, LOEWE hit us with Chapter 2 in 2022, a collection based on the Oscar-winning epic, Spirited Away. If Totoro was about comfort, Spirited Away was a deep dive into a world that was way more complex and stunningly beautiful. This collection was bigger, bolder, and way more ambitious, with over 100 pieces. The film itself is darker, dealing with themes like greed, identity, and finding your strength, and the collection really captured that depth. We saw so many characters brought to life. The hero Chihiro, the mysterious No-Face, the sorceress Yubaba, and even the little duck-like Otori-sama. And the craftsmanship? It went to a whole other level. A lot of the clothing was inspired by a traditional Japanese mending style called boro, which involves patchworking different fabrics together. This created these gorgeous, mosaic-like patterns on oversized hoodies and jackets that felt both totally luxurious and true to the movie's world. Of course, the bags were the stars again. The Amazona bag with a full portrait of Chihiro was an instant classic. Dua Lipa was spotted with it, which tells you this collab had officially hit the mainstream. The puzzle bags came back with incredible scenes of No-Face and Bo as a little mouse. For me, the most charming things were still the small leather goods, like the coin card holder with the soot sprites carrying their tiny metallic star candies. And yeah, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, the price. These pieces are incredibly expensive, and that sparked a lot of debate. But when you get up close and see the work, the weaving, the leather intarsia, the hand embroidery, you get it. You're paying for artistry, not just a cartoon character on a logo. This collection proved that anime absolutely deserved to be treated as high art. It's that level of artistry that I just find so incredible. If you're also a fan of geeking out over the craftsmanship behind luxury and pop culture, do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'd love for you to stick around for more deep dives just like this. For the final act of this amazing trilogy, LOEWE gave us what might be the most magical and technically insane collection of them all, Howl's Moving Castle. This dropped in 2023, and it was the grand finale, so they went all out. Jonathan Anderson said the film's themes of loyalty and compassion against a backdrop of magic, and the destructive effects of war felt incredibly relevant. This collection was just pure fantasy. The characters were brought to life with every technique you can imagine: leather and shearling intarsia, crystal details, applique, raffia, and even feathers to make them feel like they could move. All the key players were there: Sophie, Howl, the Witch of the Waste, and of course, the scene-stealing fire demon, Calcifer. The Calcifer pieces were a huge hit. His fiery little shape was perfect for LOEWE's flamenco clutch bag, and his eyes were hand-stitched onto these vibrant mohair sweaters and scarves that literally looked like a cozy fireplace. They even released a Calcifer-scented candle, so you could bring the smell of the movie's magic into your home. But the showstopper, the absolute masterpiece, was the moving castle bag. This wasn't a bag with a picture of the castle on it. It was the castle. It was a sculpture, handcrafted from leftover pieces of LOEWE's other famous bags. A bit of a puzzle, a piece of an Amazona, all stitched together to create this 3D work of art. It was a very limited, almost mythical piece, and a perfect symbol for the castle itself, which is a magical pile of mismatched parts. To top it off, the launch even had an interactive website that let you explore the world of the film. It was the perfect ending. So when you look back at all three collections, what's the takeaway? This collaboration did something huge. It completely blew up the wall between pop culture and high fashion. For years, animation, especially anime, was kind of looked down on by the luxury world as niche or childish. LOEWE didn't just borrow Ghibli's art, it celebrated it, treating it with the same respect it would give any other masterpiece. Jonathan Anderson wanted to turn virtual reality in wearable form, and he totally nailed it. This wasn't just merch. It was a cultural crossover in the best way possible. It got Ghibli fans who couldn't care less about luxury fashion suddenly interested in LOEWE, and it showed the fashion crowd that the stories they loved as kids could be a part of how they expressed themselves as adults. The collections were a massive commercial success, selling out almost instantly, but their real success was cultural. They proved that a collaboration can be more than a marketing stunt. When it comes from a place of real, shared respect for creativity and storytelling, it can become a cultural moment that connects with people on a super emotional level. It basically wrote a new playbook for what a fashion collaboration could be. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the magic of LOEWE x Studio Ghibli, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content exploring where fashion meets pop culture. Let me know in the comments which piece from this collaboration was your favorite, and I'll see you in the next video.